I am live outside of Ashlee Jenae's wake, which is happening tonight, May the 4th, and tomorrow I will be back again, May the 5th, for her wake and funeral.
And they just ruled this as a suicide. Baby, y'all on the road this week, huh? Just getting away with murder.
She said yes on a Tuesday, a proposal in paradise. There was a ring, a birthday trip that looked like a new beginning. By Wednesday night she was gone, and for reasons her family still cannot accept, there was an 11-hour delay before they were told. 11 hours in which everything changed and nothing was clear. Welcome back to Dark Echoes. This is the story of Ashlee Jenae, a 31-year-old lifestyle influencer whose life ended in Zanzibar just days after her engagement. Her death was ruled as suicide by authorities, but her family says the timeline doesn't fully make sense. We'll walk through the full sequence of events: the trip, the relationship, the night everything changed, the investigation, and the questions that remains. Before we continue, if you enjoy deep dive documentary cases like this, consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps the channel grow and bring more cases like this forward. This is a sensitive topic involving suicide. If you or someone you know is struggling, support resources are linked in the description below. I am your host, Cybel. Now let's begin.
Every silence has a story.
Ashlee Robinson built her public identity the way most influencers do, one post at a time, over years, across platforms. But she had something a lot of creators chase and never find: a specific energy that made people feel like they actually knew her. She went by Ashlee Jenae online, based in the Portland, Oregon area with roots in South Jersey. She had cultivated a following of over 100,000 on Instagram. Her content sat in a lane she owned: fashion, travel, what she and her audience called the soft life, an aspirational aesthetic built around luxury, self-care, and living deliberately. The people who followed her weren't passive. They showed up in the comments, they tagged friends, they sent DMs. When Ashlee posted, her audience responded like they were hearing from someone they trusted. Her family described her the same way her followers did: magnetic, a beacon of light, someone who filled the room. Her parents, Harry Robinson and Yolanda Denise Andres, spoke consistently of a daughter who was present in the world, not performing happiness but actually living it. She was 31 years old, she was engaged, and she was, by every account from the people who loved her, in the middle of building exactly the life she had been working towards. That is the person who flew to Zanzibar in April 2026. That is the person who did not come back home. The plan was a birthday celebration. Ashlee turned 31 in early April. She and her boyfriend of approximately 1 year, 45-year-old Joe Mikan, checked into the Zuri Zanzibar Resort, a high-end property on the island northwest coast. The kind of place with private villas, ocean views, and the kind of quiet that makes everything feels possible. They arrived around April 4th to April 6th. Early in the trip, the mood in Ashlee's post was exactly what her followers had come to expect: joy, color, presence. She was documenting the trip the way she documented everything, bringing her audience along. Then Joe proposed. The proposal happened on Safari. Ashlee posted about it. Photos, a video, the ring. Her followers responded immediately. Tens of thousands of reactions. In the comments, people are celebrating her. The image shows a woman who looks exactly how you would expect someone to look in the moment. Lit up. This is what she wanted. She was starting the next chapter of her life. That video was posted on Tuesday. By Wednesday night, the Zuri Zanzibar resort had already called local police. The night of April 8th is where the timeline fractures into competing versions, partial accounts, and a sequence of events that Ashlee's family still does not fully accept. What is confirmed, there were arguments between Ashlee and Joe during the trip. Multiple sources and accounts reference escalating tension. On the night of April 8th, those tensions came to a head. Ashlee called her mother Yolanda that evening. She described the heated fight with Joe. This was not a quick check-in. She was telling her mother what was happening. Hotel staff intervened. The couples were separated, moved into different villas. Joe's new room was reportedly an 8 to 10 minute walk from Ashlee. The separation was standard conflict, the escalation protocol for the resort. It was meant to give both of them space. What happened inside Ashlee's villa after the separation is the center of this case. At some point in the hours that followed, late April 8th or early April 9th, depending on the account, hotel staff conducted a welfare check on Ashlee's villa. They found her unresponsive. She was transported to a local hospital. She did not recover. Ashlee Robinson was pronounced dead on April 9, 2024. Here's the detail that Ashlee's family has not been able to move past. After Ashlee was found, after she was transported to the hospital, after the situation has already become what it was, Joe contacted her family approximately 11 hours later. When he did call, the information he conveyed was not clear. He indicated that Ashlee had done something to herself. He told them she was in the hospital. He also indicated she was stable. She was not stable. She had already died or was dying. The family learned more definitive information, including the fact of her death, partly from the hotel itself, not from Joe. Her father, Harry Robinson, described what that period was like: uncertainty, mystery, anger, sadness. It's like a part of him had been taken.
We just want the truth. We just want to know what happened.
I did receive a phone call from Joe. He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital, and that he told me that she was stable. Never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself like that.
They were in the United States. Ashlee was on an island off the coast of Tanzania. The time difference, the distance, the fragmented phone call, they were piecing together their daughter's death from 9,000 miles away, from incomplete information hours after it had already happened. Zanzibar's police were notified. Joe was questioned as a witness. His passport was temporarily withheld while the initial investigation proceeded. He was not charged. He was not even a suspect in the eyes of the Tanzanian authorities, but the 11 hours did not go away. Joe McCann has not, in public statement, directly addressed the specific detail in that timeline. He had spoken about Ashlee with evident grace. He described her as his soulmate, the love of his life. He has announced plan of non-profit foundation in her name, focused on self-harm prevention. None of that answers the 11 hours, and for Harry and Yolanda, it remains the wound beneath the wound. Zanzibar's Criminal Investigation Department took the case seriously. This was not a quick determination. The investigation ran for weeks, involved digital forensics, witness interviews, and formal reviews of the physical evidence from the scene. In June 2026, authorities held a conference and announced the official ruling: suicide linked to mental distress. Deputy Director of Criminal Investigation Zuberu Chembera outlined the basis for that conclusion. First, digital evidence. Investigators examined Ashlee's device and communication. They found text messages in the weeks and months prior to her death that they described as consistent with significant emotional distress. Messages that, in their characterization, read like farewell communication to people she was close to. Second, a specific online search. In March 2026, weeks before the Zanzibar trip, Ashlee had reportedly asked an AI chatbot how much a Valium would kill me. Investigators interpreted this as evidence of suicidal ideation predating the trip, not an impulse in the heat of an argument, something that had been present before she ever boarded the plane. Third, the physical evidence at the scene was consistent with the ruling. The medical cause of death was listed as cerebral hypoxia due to strangulation and suffocation, consistent with what staff observed when they found her. The CID concluded no third party involved. Joe cooperated with the investigation, was cleared to return to the United States once the investigation was complete. The case was closed. Official investigation answer a specific question. Is there evidence of a crime? In this case, Zanzibar authorities concluded the answer was no. What official investigations are not designed to answer is a different question. The one Ashlee's family is actually asking. How did we not know? The digital evidence, if accurate as reported, suggests Ashlee was carrying something in the month before the trip that her closest people did not see or did not recognize as what it was. The gap between the public-facing joy and whatever was underneath is not unusual. It is, in fact, one of the most documented patterns in mental health research on people in high-visibility roles. But it is a gap. And for a family looking at their daughter's engagement photos from one week and her death certificate from the next, a gap is not a place you can rest. The independent review her family arranged, their own examination of available information once her remains were repatriated, has not produced findings that contradicted the official ruling, but it has not produced the closure they were hoping for either. They continue to ask for full autopsy documentation. They continue to ask for clarity on the timeline between her discovery and the family notification. They continue to ask why 11 hours passed. Harry Robinson and Yolanda Denise Andres lost their daughter in a foreign country. What followed was not just a grief, it was a grief with the logistics attached. International jurisdiction, time zone gaps, a body to repatriate, a public case that brought both support and noise. Harry lodged a GoFundMe to cover repatriation costs, funeral expenses, and the independent review. It surpassed its $50,000 goal. But money does not answer the question they keep coming back to. Yolanda has said in multiple interviews that the distress narrative does not match the daughter she knew. She was happy. She's never done anything that would ever lead them to believe that she would do something to harm herself like that. That statement, held alongside the AI search for match alongside the messages investigators cited, it creates a picture that is genuinely difficult to reconcile.
Never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself like that.
The family's position is not that they have evidence of foul play. Their position is that they do not have enough information to accept the ruling with the confidence authorities have presented it. Ashlee Robinson was a 31-year-old. She had 100,000 people who followed her journey. She had parents who described her as a beacon of light. She had a ring on her finger and photos on her phone from the best day of her trip, 4 days before it ended. The official records say she died by suicide. Her family says the woman they knew would not have done that. What lives between these two positions, the 11 hours, the calls, the messages, the search history, the investigation, does not produce a clean answer. It produces a case file, and case files, unlike the people inside them, do not carry anything. Zanzibar closed this chapter. Ashlee's family has not. Whether new information ever emerges, that remains to be seen. If you or someone you know is struggling, resources are linked in the description below.